Here's the fifth video for Tiny Dancer, and this is the chorus part of the tune. So, let's see, my hands are here. This is middle C here, and this involves using chords in a more spread out fashion. You can see my left hand has got this pretty expansive sound. Basically what I'm trying to do is to take this F chord in root position using the lower part of the piano and expand it. So take this A natural and put it on the top and use your hand in that capacity. And you can get a great triad that way. So it's like having this F chord but all spread out like that. F, C, A. And if you keep your index finger here and you rotate the outer two notes down one, the notes are now E, C, and G. And that's basically like playing a C chord with E in the bass. So I've got the first chord is F, a C chord with E in the bass, and then I march everybody down and I'm going to play D, A, and F, which essentially is like a D minor chord, but again is expanded out, so you're stretching more than an octave. You're actually stretching a tenth. So those, I think, will get you through the chorus. And the only other thing I would say is on Highway, we'll probably just play octaves. So here is the left hand for Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer. Again, count the headlights. And on Highway, I would leave my thumb right here on G and put my pinky on an A. And it sounds a little weird, like that seventh alone, but this is going to give you that sound of the A in the bass with a G on top. And when we add the chords to it, that'll make it sound full, like what Elton John is doing. Lay Me Down is F, same thing, C with E in the bass in Sheets of Linen, D minor, F, You Had a Busy Day Today, the same exact thing. That's A in the bottom and G on top. So that very simple way of playing your left hand can give you a nice big fat sound. The right hand is exactly the same as before, where it is trying to match that melody that he's singing on the piano. So I think it's like this one. I'm going to play that a little bit slower because I'm basically using the pentatonic scale. C, A, G, E, D, C, A, G. Basically just the C major pentatonic scale. But I like adding that E flat in there, just a little bit like a little spice in there, and it gives me that kind of bluesy, sound to match Elton John's melisma. So, 1. Count the headlights, 1. I did a little hammer-on of an F. Here's Count the Headlights. That, again, to match his melismas. Third line, 1. You Had a Busy Day, 1. Or any of those sort of combinations of that. And that's it. That's really it for the chorus. The other thing is to add a chord to what you're doing in the right hand to fill things out a little bit. But you don't need much. So here's the left hand. Don't need much there. It's just the left hand in the melody. Left hand, left hand. Sorry. But here, I recommend getting to know a G chord in your right hand in all of its inversions. So there's first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. Elton does this. He adds this sort of homorhythmic thing happening at the same time. Both. My left hand is just going. Which on its own sounds a little weird, but when you match those chords. And that's it. That'll get you through the whole thing. So here's the chorus. 2, 3, 4, and... I cheated a little bit. I added a G up there. There we go, cheating again with that G. Bottom of the page, that's the first chord at the bottom left of is A in the bottom with an F chord, and I'm just grabbing all the notes I can from an F chord. Same thing, a G chord, grabbing all the notes I can with that A in the bass, and then down to an F chord, and then it goes back to the intro, back to the introduction. Play those last 3 chords one more time. It's A in the bass with an F chord, all the notes of an F triad, A in the bass with all the notes of a G triad, and then F in the bottom, and you can play any approximation that you want of an F chord in any inversion you want, and then back to the intro. So here's the top of the chorus. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Oh, sugar, I'm sorry. The last line. Here's those last 3 chords. F chord with A in the bass.